It doesn't matter if he's lost one fight or 21. He will never escape the Gypsy King. He will always have to fight me.
Tyson Fury threw shade at Oleksandr Usyk, saying the real fight everyone wants is him versus Anthony Joshua and that it's gotta happen. Meanwhile, former pro boxer Amir Khan is confident that Tyson Fury will even the score with Oleksandr Usyk in their rematch later this year. A longtime admirer of Fury, Khan, a former world champion, believes the former heavyweight king can learn from his previous mistakes and come back with a victory. Speaking to Action Network, Khan remarked, "I've seen comments saying Tyson Fury is going to get beat again and knocked out this time, but I don't see that happening." He emphasized Fury's resilience, noting, "Every time he's lost or had a bad fight, he's come back stronger and has known what to do and how to beat the guy." Khan also suggested that Fury may have taken his foot off the pedal in the first fight, but this time, he expects Fury to be focused and ready. Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has hinted at a potential blockbuster event, suggesting that if Tyson Fury loses to Oleksandr Usyk on December 21st, the stage may be set for the long-awaited Fury versus Joshua mega fight. However, even if Fury emerges victorious, a showdown for the unified heavyweight crown could still be in play, setting the stage for one of the biggest clashes in boxing history.
I think any fighter would want to take a rematch. You saw when he got stopped by Andy Ruiz at Madison Square Garden, everyone said, don't take the rematch. You know, give yourself a rebuilding fight and then look at the rematch. He went straight into the rematch. He won every round. When he lost to Oleksandr Usyk, everyone said, don't take the rematch. You can't beat Usyk. He took the rematch. He lost again. It was a much better performance, but still lost. Now we have to sit and talk together as a team. My advice is don't do anything until December 21st, Usyk against Fury. If Tyson Fury loses that fight, you set up a big fight with Anthony Joshua. If Tyson Fury wins that fight, he could make a voluntary defense against Anthony Joshua.
Further emphasizing the significance of future matchups, Eddie Hearn continues to keep fans on edge, maintaining suspense about future boxing matches. He has emphasized that regardless of the outcome of Tyson Fury's fight with Oleksandr Usyk, a Fury versus Joshua showdown remains the biggest potential event in boxing. Hearn suggested that if Fury wins, Joshua could still challenge for the heavyweight title, making the fight even more monumental. It's the kind of bout that would electrify fans no matter the result. Hearn further added, even in defeat, Fury is still the biggest star in Britain and possibly around the world. Amid promotional talks, Tyson Fury has stated that he will take a more aggressive approach in his upcoming rematch against heavyweight champion Oleksandr Usyk, aiming for a knockout victory. Fury said he plans to throw caution to the wind this time around. In their first fight in May, Fury found his rhythm in the fourth round, engaging in some showmanship as he landed powerful body shots on Usyk. However, Usyk responded strongly in the eighth round, delivering head punches that left Fury reeling. Tyson, previously undefeated, struggled in the final rounds and ultimately lost by split decision, surrendering his WBC heavyweight title to Usyk. The rematch is set for December 21st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, with the WBC, WBO, and WBA titles on the line. Speaking to TNT Sports, Fury said, "I'm going to go in there with destroy mode. Last time I went to box him, I was being cautious. I boxed the head right off him. But this time I'm not going for a points decision." Fury also expressed his continued interest in facing fellow Briton Anthony Joshua, despite Joshua's recent knockout loss to Daniel Dubois in an IBF title fight. The much-anticipated Battle of Britain bout between Fury and Joshua, initially planned for 2022, fell through. Fury stated, "At the end of the day, it would be a travesty if we didn't fight. No matter if he loses 20 more fights. If he doesn't win another fight and has 10 years away from the game, it doesn't matter. We have to fight." As Fury plans his approach, Teddy Atlas gave Tyson Fury some sharp advice on what needs fixing to take down Oleksandr Usyk in their rematch. He called out Fury for not making the most of his uppercut, saying that was a major miss in the fight. Sure, Fury's jab was on point, but Atlas wasn't shy about pointing out how he didn't follow up with his right hand to capitalize on the openings he created. According to Atlas, Fury needs to step up, be more aggressive, and throw those punches with purpose if he wants to make his jab really count in the rematch.
Look, there's things that he maybe could have used the uppercut more because it was very effective in that sixth round. Maybe he could have used it throughout the fight a little more, maybe. Maybe there's things that he could have just added off of controlling with the jab. I have a saying, you set the table with the jab and you eat with the right hand, right? Maybe he could have, went to the refrigerator a little bit, brought out a few, or to wherever the stock box is, wherever he keeps the right hand, and brought them out with the jab a little more. Maybe he could have done that because he was definitely doing well with the jab. He was setting the table.
Echoing Atlas's strategy, Tyson Fury's co-promoter Bob Arum remains firm in his belief that Fury should still have an unbeaten professional record, disputing his loss to Oleksandr Usyk.
I thought he won the fight. I gave him the second through the seventh round and the last round. But again, one judge saw it that way and the other two didn't.
Arum went on to explain how Fury could secure victory in their upcoming rematch, saying, "I think he's got to box Usyk the way he did, but not relax and clown around, letting Usyk back into the fight like he did in May. It's a very winnable fight for Fury, but he has to be intelligent." After the first fight, Fury didn't hold back, standing firm that he'd done enough to take the win. He argued that Usyk only took 3 rounds, and one of those was a 10-8. Fury broke it down, saying, "I've watched the fight back plenty of times and still see it the same way. I thought I won. One judge had me up by a round, another had him up by a round, and that's how it went. No point crying over spilt milk, though. It's done. I believe everything happens for a reason." Fury elaborated further, saying, "I thought I boxed his head off for most of the rounds. He landed a good punch in round 8 and busted my nose, and in round 9 he had a 10-8 round, so that's 2. I gave him round 10, but beyond that I didn't give him any other rounds. I gave him 4 rounds in total." As Fury and his camp expressed their strategies and expectations, Oleksandr Usyk provided a stark contrast by asserting that the referee saved Fury in their first match. This ongoing rivalry and differing perspectives set the stage for not just a rematch, but potentially one of the great trilogies in boxing history, reminiscent of historic bouts.
Last situation, when I prepare punch left, referee like push me like stop. I say okay, but 1, 2, 3. Now for me doesn't matter. I win. Thank you God. Now it's just speak. Referee bad, referee good. No, referee, it's professional man.
Despite the back and forth, the two fighters will meet again on December 21st in Saudi Arabia. Fury is already predicting that this rematch could lead to a trilogy. He stated, "I think this will be one of the great trilogies, me and Usyk, like Jack Dempsey and Gene Tunney. Going back to those days, they were great fights, and I believe when I beat him again, we'll definitely have a trilogy." In a more cutting critique, former pro boxer Chris Algieri didn't hold back, bluntly claiming that Anthony Joshua's skills have declined. According to Algieri, Joshua's chin is gone, his technique is fading, and he's no longer championship material. Despite this harsh assessment, Algieri acknowledged that Joshua's popularity still keeps him relevant, leaving potential big money fights with Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder on the horizon, though Algieri believes these would likely be Joshua's final appearances in the ring.
But in terms of where Anthony Joshua goes from here, he's been adamant saying that he's going to continue his career. I personally don't think we're going to see him at this championship level once again. Does he take a fight with Tyson Fury if Tyson is to lose to Usyk? Possibly. I mean, it's a huge fight. It's a ton of money. I would understand why he would do it. Is he going to fight Wilder in essentially basically a retirement matchup? Very, very possible as well. If they're going to continue to go on, there's money to be made still. Joshua is still extremely, extremely popular.
Pro boxer Zhilei Zhang isn't shy about where he stands on the Fury vs. Usyk rematch. He's backing Usyk to get the job done again. Zhang, who knocked out Deontay Wilder back in June, will be watching this one closely and has no problem calling it how he sees it. It all boils down to who's coming in better prepared, and that's a tough call, Zhang told Raised. But he didn't mince words when it came to his prediction. "I'm leaning towards Usyk to take it again and seal the deal." Paul Smith hinted that Tyson Fury might retire after his next fight, regardless of the result, suggesting that the long-hyped bout with Anthony Joshua may no longer hold as much fan interest. Smith emphasized that Oleksandr Usyk is currently the top heavyweight, making it Usyk's fight to lose. However, he also acknowledged that while Usyk is the favorite, Fury still has a chance to pull off the win, underlining the unpredictable nature of the matchup.
I think it could be his last fight, regardless of what he does. If he wins, he could retire in the ring and be done, because I think the AJ fight's gone. I don't think anyone will want to see that now, with all due respect to both of them, in my opinion. But I think it's Usyk's fight to lose. I think Usyk's proven he's number one in the division now, with a lot, especially that given how well Dubois done. So it's Usyk's to lose, but it's not by all means a foregone conclusion. I think Usyk is the favourite. I think Usyk would possibly do it, but wouldn't be surprised if Fury did it.
On the flip side, former pro boxer Paulie Malignaggi didn't hold back, saying Tyson Fury has played his cards perfectly. According to Malignaggi, win or lose against Usyk, Fury's got plenty of options. If he beats Usyk, a fight with Daniel Dubois could be next. If he loses, he can still cash in on a massive bout against Anthony Joshua. Malignaggi pointed out that Fury's got the game on lock, making big moves no matter the outcome.
Loser.
if Fury now Fury actually created himself an option if he wins and if he loses. So if he wins against Usyk, he can go fight Dubois before a third fight with Usyk. If he loses to Usyk, you're right, bro. He can go fight AJ. That's crazy, bro. Like you call me the matchmaker? That's matchmaking. Now Tyson Fury has an option on whether he wins against Usyk and whether he loses against Usyk. If he wants to continue fighting, of course, he has an option because if he wins against Usyk, he can fight Dubois. An all-British showdown in Wembley. If he loses to Usyk, you can still do an all-British showdown at Wembley with AJ.
Still
which is
Moreover, Tyson Fury went wild after watching Anthony Joshua get dropped by Daniel Dubois at Wembley, throwing a wrench in what could have been a blockbuster showdown between the two British heavyweights. Fury, sitting ringside, didn't hold back, ripping into Joshua and blasting, "Listen, that's cost me $150 million, the silly shit." Of course it has. He's fucked. Fury was banking on a doubleheader in Saudi and London, but Joshua's flop threw a massive spanner in the works. Still, the Fury vs. Joshua dream ain't completely dead, especially if Fury catches in loss in his rematch with Usyk. Joshua's promoter, Eddie Hearn, kept the door open, saying, "I don't see it being a fight that ends his career. We may end up fighting the loser of that fight, maybe if it's Tyson Fury." Joshua's crew is grinding to keep his career afloat, eyeing a rematch with Dubois and whatever other shots they can line up to keep the big man in the game. Moreover, Tyson Fury's manager Spencer Brown shuts down doubts about the Fury-Joshua fight, saying it's still possible. He emphasizes that in boxing, anything can happen. There's always an upset on every card, and Joshua will regroup. Tyson Fury versus Joshua is far from off the table.
Spencer, just the last one before I let you go, because I know you want to go home. You've been mad all week anyway. Let me say that. Right. Would you say now that the prospect of that Fury and Joshua fight is kind of way off at the moment?
No, not at all. Why would it be? Why would it be?
Well, when Turkey's involved, I suppose that's a good question.
In an interview with IFL TV, former undisputed champion Lennox Lewis weighed in on the motivations driving both Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk ahead of their rematch on December 21st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Lewis observed, "Fury is an up-and-down guy, but I think he'll look back at the fight and realize there are a couple of things he should and will do differently. Usyk's a great fighter with a strong mentality. His country's at war, and he'll carry that mindset into the fight. It's going to be serious, and I can't wait to see it." When asked for a prediction, Lewis leaned towards Fury, saying, "Fury knows what he needs to do. He's been at the bottom, he's been at the top, and right now, he knows what it takes to get back to the top. He wants to be undisputed, and when he looks back at the last fight, he'll know what adjustments to make." Pro boxer Anthony Joshua confidently states his commitment to continue fighting. Coming up short isn't seen as a setback, but as motivation to push forward. He embraces the fighter's mentality, determined to keep going and face the next challenge head on. For him, it's all about resilience and stepping back into the ring stronger than before.
We're trying to create history for British boxing, and I think we're doing that. And also I appreciate all the press, media, the fans out here, but I thank them for you guys. I'm sure you guys will let them know we appreciate their support. And probably asking, do I still want to continue fighting? Of course I want to continue fighting.
Yeah.
That's what I said is, we took a shot at success and we came up short. And what does that mean now? We're going to run away. We're going to live to fight another day. And that's what I'm a warrior.
Meanwhile, weighing in on Joshua's future, mixed martial artist and professional boxer, Conor McGregor fires back hard at the thought of AJ hanging up his gloves. He shuts down the retirement talk, calling Joshua a straight-up legend who owns the big fights. McGregor makes it clear, getting rocked happens in boxing, but AJ can still bounce back and keep swinging. He ain't done yet.
I just spoke to Ricky Hatton there. He said that as a friend of AJ's, he would like to see him retire. How do you see now?
AJ is number one. This is 8 stadium show, him, Eddie and Barry. It's a legend forever.
Is there a way back for this, Conor?
Do you believe? Yeah? Sure is. He smacked him back, he stood his ground and smacked him back, and then he went forward and got caught. It's only boxing. You get caught, you catch someone. Of course he can come back, for sure.
Thanks for tuning in. Will Fury win the rematch, or is Usyk taking it again? What do you think about Fury versus Joshua? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more updates, and ring the bell to stay notified. Catch you next time.